Hey, don't click away. Today I will be showing you how to use the Forward 360 Max to safely remove screens from the latest iPhone models. What is up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in and checking out this episode. I am Javi Guzman with Mr. Phone Doctor. We are tech enthusiasts who specialize in mobile device repair, refurbishing equipment, and training. I have gotten a lot of requests on how to use the 360 Max to remove iPhone screens on the latest iPhone models. Therefore, I wanted to create this video and show you in detail how to do this using this machine. If you have attempted to remove a screen on Apple's latest iPhone 12s and above, you may have noticed that the waterproof seal on these is much stronger, making this task a lot harder, especially if you have a severely shattered screen. Let's begin removing the screen on this iPhone 13 Pro. This device has not been opened previously before and still has the OEM seal holding the screen intact. I like to use a temperature of 75 degrees Celsius, which is safer for the internal components. I also recommend using another sheet of glass with Oka if your screen is severely damaged. This will allow you to have a more structured screen that will not fold or bend, causing damage while you remove it. In this case, I will not need to use the glass because this screen is not damaged. But if I were to use it, you would simply just reveal the OCA from the back and stick this on top of your shattered screen. And that just helps keep everything intact and keeps it from bowing or bending whenever you rotate with this mechanism. Let's begin removing the OLED from the frame. I like to put the phone face down on the heating plate and let it heat up for a few minutes. This will just help alleviate and soften all the glue that is around the frame that's holding the OLED panel on. So we'll let this sit for a few minutes and we'll cut right back. Alright, the device is nice and toasty. It is warm to the touch and we can now begin removing the OLED from the frame. So I like to turn the phone over since we're going to be using the suction top vacuum to lift up, and I do like to apply a little bit of ISO along the edge. This just helps get in there and soften any kind of adhesive that's holding it together. Alright, we can tighten our vise to grab the device. Alright, nice and warm. So now let's rotate our top vacuum on top. We will set it on, and then with this up suction button we can engage the top vacuum. There we go, we got a nice grab. And we're gonna gently rotate this dial. So clockwise, we'll raise it, and you only wanna rotate a little at a time. You don't wanna forcefully keep turning impatiently, causing the OLED to fold, okay? And you'll feel the tension on here. You'll know exactly how much to turn it by the tension you feel after rotating. Just nice and easy. And you wanna pay close attention to the edges. Once you start seeing a gap between the frame and the OLED, you can begin entering either a guitar pick or a clear card, open clear card. This is what I like to use. We use this for everything, this little opening clear card. We use this for the back of the Samsungs. It's very great. You know, we don't have to worry about any kind of scratches by using a metal object. You basically keep everything in pristine condition by using this. So let's begin rotating some more. And I'm just observing everything, making sure that we have a nice clean separation. I do see it kind of bowing up already, so I'm going to continue adding a little bit of ISO. This will just help get right in there. Okay, so we're going to continue rotating very generously. Now we can start seeing the glass starting to lift. Now you do want to be very careful. Pay close attention that you're not lifting and the frame is staying intact, okay? So you want to make sure that we're lifting the glass and the frame all at once. Then once you have a nice little gap, we'll go through with our card. And if this was cracked, you would just want to do it the same method, but of course with the clear glass Oka on top. There we go. We have gotten through where we needed to. Now we can just cut through all this glue that's holding it in. See that? Just popped right up right there. So we can lower this down a little bit. We don't need to have too much tension. There we go. Now we can just run our card all the way through and cut the other side. And this can be used on Samsungs also. You can do Samsung, pretty much any kind of OLED panel or screen that you want to remove. You can use this device to do so. that's it. It's removed. We have all the lower part removed. We can safely remove this device from our 361 Max. And we can just slowly, gently just work it out. So there is going to be 2 pins up on top that are holding the screen. Now what we need to do is we need to slowly break all the rest of this up, okay? So I like to just slowly break it up, and then as I'm lifting up on here, I'm also pulling down on the screen. So I'm going to pull down this way, so that way it relieves those 2 pins that are holding the screen in. So I'm just wiggling it left to right, and you do this very generously until you get this screen removed. Once you have it loose, feel free to use a guitar pick, and you can just run it through here on the top and just tear through all that adhesive. Running here, careful with the flexes. Flexes are on your left side, and if it still feels stubborn, a little bit of ISO. Look at that, it just popped right off with the ISO. Now we have our screen removed, and that, my friends, is a safe removal on the 361 Max. And that's pretty much it, guys. One tip I do recommend is when you're working up on top, just be careful how much ISO you add on there. You don't want to add too much where you get it inside the camera and damage the front facing camera. Other than that, be very patient. Use the thinnest type of card that you have that is not metal, and just work your way through very, very gently. And if it is severely cracked, be very, very patient with it, and use that extra layer of glass on top. That'll help you guys keep that all sound and structured, so you can give it a nice turning and lift up without the OLED folding causing any kind of lines. So that wraps up my video, guys. If you guys are interested in purchasing the 361 Max or any other tools and equipment, please visit our web store at training.mrphonedoctor.com. The surgeon's signing out. Cheers.